to the
Build your projects. Learn through building your projects, especially all the things that you have to do to build. Think of the dopest idea that you can think of. Build it. Take your time to build it. Yo, what's up guys? It's Lionel the Builder back again with another video, and today I found this video here. I asked LinkedIn software engineers how to get hired. Let's check it out.
Not apply. It's not really LeetCode style.
being able to speak to those and create a story around those are really powerful.
You have to write like 3 essays.
Senior staff software engineer. Nice. How long have you been here?
Almost 10 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Not as easy, especially if you're a foreigner.
It is a really good opportunity just because it's so hard to get your foot in the door. I don't think we even have new grad positions.
Hey, what's up? Today I'm at LinkedIn headquarters asking software engineers how to get hired and if AI is going to take our jobs. All right, I'm here with
Mamadou.
Mamadou. Nice to meet you. Where do you work? What's your title?
I work at LinkedIn. I'm a site reliability engineer.
Okay, nice. How long have you been here?
Almost 2 years. 2
Okay.
years in July. Yeah.
Ahmed.
Ahmed?
Yeah.
Man, this makes me really wish I brought my camera when I went to this Google thing, because I could have did this. This is an idea to do in the future.
Okay, nice to meet you.
So I'm a software engineer. I work under infrastructure, security infrastructure, under the cryptography team.
Okay.
Been here now for 8-9 months-ish.
Great.
Interned twice, once with the same team and once with another team under privacy engineering.
What's your name?
Grant. I work here at LinkedIn in B4. My title is software engineer.
Okay, cool. And then you mentioned that you're non-traditional. How so?
Yeah, so I came through a pre-med background. I didn't get an undergrad in CS.
Zach, I work at LinkedIn and I'm a senior staff software engineer.
Senior staff software engineer. Nice. How long have you been here?
Almost 10 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. So everyone's been saying the market is crazy, hiring freeze, layoffs. I guess it's been a while since you were recruiting, but how's it been?
Honestly, when I was applying, it was in 2021, so I think it was like peak, like apply everywhere, everyone's switching jobs. So I was probably at the very tail end of that.
Okay.
And I think unfortunately, like a little after that, that's when I started noticing the hiring freezes and and everything becoming more difficult. So I think I literally just dodged that entire bullet. It was pretty fortunate, I guess.
Okay, that's a fortunate move, but I really wish that he's talking to somebody who got hired recently to get an idea on the current tech landscape.
Okay, nice. I'm sure you're happy at your job, but how has it been if you've been trying to look for something, if you have friends who've been looking?
The grind has gotten even harder. I've seen other people in previous bootcamp who are like working quite hard.
Yeah.
And they're like A1 coders and A1 programmers. They know their stuff. So
yeah,
it's definitely not as easy, especially if you're a foreigner too. That makes it even more difficult.
Yeah.
I myself haven't been looking too hard. Probably need to just at least keep my interview skills up. So I'll probably start to work on that more. Maybe do some more lead coding, just to get myself, make sure I'm ready, just in case anything, God forbid, anything happens.
So actually, what's funny is LinkedIn reached out to me. I did not apply. What happened was I was finishing my civil engineering year. I did a research internship in post-quantum cryptography.
Wow.
And it was kind of cool. And then what happened was I got reached out by a recruiter. It's like, oh, you worked in crypto, like cool stuff. We're looking for interns. Apply, and I can give you a screening right away. And that's what happened. And I ended up joining LinkedIn.
Okay.
That was 2021 summer, and then Shopify after, and then another company, and then back.
So it's a bit different for application. You have to write like 3 essays. It's kind of like a college essay.
Might be the last time you ever wrote an essay, right?
Yeah, I know. It's definitely interesting. They look at things like unique perspective, grit. I mean, they're trying to look at that non-traditional background. So that's the first wave. And then they have a technical assessment, which is, it's not really LeetCode style. It's like you have to do a take-home assignment and then you submit it. And then in the technical interview, you go over your submission and then they ask you to implement some new stuff.
Okay.
So it's not really data structures, algos. It's more just like general problem solving and you do have to be able to code.
Yeah.
But you don't have to know the same amount as you do for like the LeetCode questions.
Got it. And you've been in the program how long now?
So I joined June 2022 and then I got promoted out in April.
So now you're a full software engineer.
I'm a full software engineer recent. So I was in the program for year and 9 months, and now I'm a full software engineer.
But you do know if you ever wanted to change jobs, no more essays. It's gonna be.
Yeah, we'll see. I was actually pretty good at LeetCode. I felt like I think I just when I switched, I studied a lot of LeetCode, so I felt like my LeetCode ability was way above my actual engineering ability.
Oh, that's interesting.
Meanwhile, I feel like a lot of engineers feel like their engineering ability is above their LeetCode.
Sure.
But just because right when I started learning coding, I just kind of learned through LeetCode.
It's the age of AI. Everyone's kind of scared.
That's interesting. Drop a comment if you use LeetCode as well. That's something that I've been working on, and I feel definitely for sure it has helped me get better at coding, because building projects, Googling and looking up stuff with ChatGPT, you don't have a chance to write as much custom code if you code that way, which is kind of how I taught myself to code. Whereas with LeetCode, it's all hands-on and practicing my skills as an actual coder.
Scared of it? Have you been using it at your job? Do you think it's coming for yours?
I don't think it's coming for my job at this point. I do think it's capable of a lot of things, but I also think it's, capable of hallucinating, and we have to kind of set up the AI yourself. So even if AI is coming for our jobs, there'll be more jobs to work with AI.
Okay.
And I also think that any company, especially any tech company, but I think honestly most companies, if you have a lot of documentation and you're not using AI in some form to make the documentation easily reachable, easily searchable, you are kind of just shooting yourself in the foot, because companies that are doing that are going to be ahead because they'll be able to learn faster and move faster.
You just heard from Mamadou, who comes from a bootcamp background. If you yourself are looking to get started or up level in tech, check out Coursera, a global platform committed to democratizing education. With over 275 esteemed universities and corporate partners, Coursera offers a diverse array.
He slid that in very, very smooth. I'm not going to skip it because it's an ad and everything. Support. I'll drop a link in the description.
13 million learners worldwide, and I'm excited to share an amazing resource for all of you interested in the front end. The Meta Front-End Developer Professional Certificate is a comprehensive. You'll have an official certificate.
Okay, that's actually pretty long. I did skip a little bit.
Sign up for the Meta Front-End Developer Professional Certificate today using my special link in the description. Now, let's get back to some more interviews.
Honestly, big fan of ChatGPT, and we also have an internal tool here. Love it.
Yeah.
One thing though, if AI takes over, I really don't care. I'll just live somewhere in the valley with my own chickens, living off the land. Honestly, that's the plan. Being fully honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't mind losing my job. If I make it out, like just 10. If I don't mind losing my job in 10 years.
10 years.
10
Okay.
years.
Okay. So as long as the timeline is 10 years.
The timeline, yeah. Then I'll just live in the woods in a cabin, just have a couple of kids, and yeah.
Hey, is it coming for our jobs? Do you use it at work? Are you scared of it?
No,
Okay. Well, why is that?
nothing scares me.
Maybe that's what it takes to become a senior staff. Was part of you like, maybe I should see what else is out there?
So actually,
I want to pause it and just say that's the type of mindset that you should have as a software engineer. There's so many people I feel like that just like mentally give up too easy, and just like, I don't know. That's another conversation for another day.
I applied to 2 other places, Apple and NVIDIA.
Okay.
I was going through the process and then just realized that honestly LinkedIn is the place for me.
Yeah. What made you say that?
The team, honestly, my team is amazing. Just shout out to my team.
Okay.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Team is amazing, project is amazing. Everything around, and the culture here is amazing, honestly. Like, it's uncomparable. Like, I do regret not taking the NVIDIA offer for the stock.
Yeah.
But other than that, you know what? Microsoft is stable, so.
Yeah, that's true. I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Honestly, like OpenAI and stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard for computer scientists to get a job these days. How is it for not even in the industry?
Yeah, it's definitely tough, and it's tough all around. But LinkedIn has been really good about trying to keep this pipeline open.
Okay.
It's not that many people. It's probably, we hire, I think maybe like 20 to 30 a year.
Oh wow.
It varies.
Okay.
But it is a really good opportunity just because it's so hard to get your foot in the door as a non-traditional. And yeah, so I'm really happy that they continue to invest in this like other hiring pipeline.
Do you have any advice for someone who's coming in from a non-traditional background, even traditional, and how to break into big tech in this market?
I would say, definitely search for apprenticeships.
Okay.
And just keep on grinding. It kind of is a numbers game, and the more you grind, the more you learn. Do some personal projects, because a lot of it is just solving. Basically, get to past interview, right?
Right.
And a lot of the interview was like, "Have you had a problem with this?" Or explain to me how you solved the problem.
Sure.
When you have these engineering projects that you do on your own, then you're able to like speak to the problems you solve. Because I imagine there was one time, I don't know, you couldn't log into your service, or not even that, but you get to create a login service or something along that nature. There are a lot of problems you solve in those projects. So being able to speak to those.
Build your projects. Learn through building your projects, especially all the things that you have to do to build. Think of the dopest idea that you can think of. Build it. Take your time to build it. Research what it takes to build it. Every single problem. I was talking to the homie about this, Scott, and he said that he built something that has been a bit too expensive to run, and it took a whole lot of time to maintain, but because of the problems that he had to solve while he was building it, the growth that he did while he was building this thing, he learned everything that he needed to learn to work in the current position that he's working. He became an expert. And then I asked him, I said, did you have to look up these things as you were building it? Did you have to learn it as you was building it? He said, yeah, that's exactly how I did it. So there you have it. That's why personal projects are so important. I think when I was going through boot camp and when I was looking at personal projects before, I just looked at it as like a portfolio website, you know, or like maybe like even a template just to move further, faster, you know?
Those and create a story around those are really, really powerful. So
internships are the way to go. Like, I don't think we even have new grad positions without internships. So internships are the way to go.
Yeah.
Start early. Like, start really, really early. And don't worry about your first internship, because my first internship was like an unpaid research assistant. Like, you know, I don't recommend doing unpaid stuff, but you know what? It got me here, honestly. So like, I don't know if I recommend it or don't recommend it, but just like see what you learn from it, what you get from it, and it doesn't matter. Like, honestly, a lot of people focus on their first internship.
Sure.
Like, oh, like I should get into big tech, get what you can do, and then start applying and go big after that. But yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, I was successful through leaning into it, so I'm kind of biased.
Yeah.
But yeah, look for these opportunities for non-traditional. There's a lot of other apprenticeship programs around, like at other companies. Yeah, and I think companies are interested in like investing in that non-traditional pipeline. So you know, lean into it. I think it gives you because you can apply to both if you're non-traditional.
Sure.
So I would say lean into that and look for those opportunities.
I could share one success story recently. So open source contributions. So I work on a platform here at LinkedIn called Venice. We open sourced Venice a little over a year ago. And recently we hired one of our open source contributors, and they were fairly new to the industry. They'd only been working, I think, about a year. Get out there, contribute, meet people. Folks are usually really eager to take your contributions and to work with you, and that can segue into a job.
Okay, sweet.
Working on open source projects. That just got me an idea to write that as a question inside our Discord. By the way, links in the description. Join the Digital Builders. I'm gonna drop a comment in here and basically say, well, we do have an open source thing here. Is anyone here working on open source projects currently? Very cool.
Okay, sweet. And I guess not many people have been at one place for this long. So I guess when you started, you were probably...
Yeah, and open source. So you could basically solve a problem for open source project and get hired through that. Also, you could use that on your portfolio. Man, I gotta write that one down. So that's big. And something that's definitely doable. See, this is what I do sometimes. I watch a video, then I'll get hyped to go get some work done. Cool.
Probably just software engineer.
Yes,
and then
so I
you
was SWE when I joined.
SWE, and you progressed up the ranks. Any advice of how to navigate that at a big tech company?
I guess like my best advice would be aware of your surroundings. You know, look at your boss. Decide if your boss can get you promoted.
Yeah.
Decide if your boss is giving you work that can get you promoted.
Yeah.
Understand the opportunities that are in your team, right? If you're working on a dead-end project, well, it's probably not great for that.
And then this is just for fun. You were pre-med, thinking about medical school. Now you're a software engineer. Do you regret your decision?
No, I'm super happy. Like,
Okay.
I'll be honest. Like, any place that pays me just sit in front of a computer all day, like,
Yeah.
I'm so happy. So, yeah, happy all around.
Cool. Well, I wish you the best.
Yeah,
Thanks
you
so
too.
much.
Thanks, man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So I don't think I've ever actually met a senior staff engineer. What does your average day in the life look like? Like, I'm sure your work has changed over the years. What do you do now?
It hasn't changed too much. Maybe more meetings than it before, but otherwise, you know, it's coding, it's teams, it's syncing alignment, it's stuff like that.
Cool. Have you ever considered going into management?
Oh, no. I've been offered, but I definitely not. I want a career engineer.
Okay, cool. There's a special link in the description, the limited time. So
Very cool, man. Thank you guys for watching, especially if you made it to the end. Please like, share, subscribe, Join the Discord. We're working on a lot of things, and we will see you next time. Peace. Happy building and coding and such.